Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Patch.
Welcome back.
Today we have a board, an e-board.
Yeah.
So they are a pretty new company. This is the Phoenix Ryders P6. So it's basically their flagship model, their best longboard that they have available. And then if you guys want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. If you use the code SOULBROTHERS, you can get 15% off, which will make this board $450.
I mean, and that's a solid price.
Yeah, so this is like around $600, and then it's discounted to $500, and you will not find a range, that this board gets on a $400 board elsewhere, because like the Meepo is still a really good price, $430, $450, but the range is only 10 miles, 11 miles.
18.6 miles on the board.
Yes.
And that's, I mean, it lives up too.
Exactly.
We've been riding around. I mean, we've got another board with around an 18-mile range right now, and it lives up to it.
Yes.
It lives up to it for sure.
So let's start off with the deck. The deck is painted over. It looks slick. Yes.
There's not a whole lot of flex because the battery actually, it's a very low profile board, so the battery covers the entire bottom. It's sort of like the Halo where it's fully enclosed.
Yes.
They've got some good water resistance in there. The sealing is good.
Yeah, I mean, he told us that this guy put the entire board inside water, like the entire board, and he turned it on, and it was like inside the water, and it was still working afterwards. So some boards are just water resistant, but this is completely waterproof.
It's got some waterproofing in there for sure.
Exactly.
So just don't submerge it under like crazy. Don't go scuba diving with it.
Exactly. Yes. So like Lucas said, the board is very thin, so the clearance rate is actually very nice because where we live, there's a lot of speed bumps, and if it's really low, the board does scratch
the battery.
Yeah, it'll scratch the casing on the battery, and I don't really like it. This really goes over any bump and you should be fine. And
the 90mm wheels on there feel really nice.
Yes.
It's a very, very smooth ride with the stock bushings that came on there.
Yes. When we were riding, we were comparing it to like some other boards, and then you can some of the roads that aren't very clean or very smooth, they have a lot of bumps in it. With this board, it's just smooth, and of course, like sometimes you feel vibrations on your feet. With this board, it was very minimal with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The bearings are nice.
Very nice.
Spins. Yeah. I mean, it accelerates solid.
It spins for a really long time in the front wheels.
Going downhill, you're gonna have no issues with acceleration there.
Yes.
For sure. They've got a tail light on it.
They do.
Which is so sick.
Yes.
It's got a tail light. It's got like a red tail light.
Exactly.
Which we didn't actually even notice till later.
Yeah. So
riding around at night, that's nice.
Yeah. So we do a lot of night riding, and one thing that I feel like is a pro and a con. I don't know, because this does not have a push to start feature. A lot of boards do. So if you kick it, it does turn on. But I found out that if I just want to just ride the longboard, like if I'm carrying the board home or something, and there's like a little sidewalk that I just want to go down, I don't want it to turn on. If I turn off the board. So sometimes it does turn on with other boards, but this you have to actually press the button to turn it on. So it's right here. Just push it. Yeah, and of course this is the remote. You push it. And of course,
battery indicators on the remote and on the board itself, which is really cool.
Yeah, this is more accurate though. I would say
it always tends to be with boards. So one on the physical board or on the battery itself is more accurate.
So if you hold down the reverse button for 5 seconds, the light comes on.
So you get the tail light.
Yeah, and we do a lot of night riding, so this is actually really convenient for us. If you don't do a lot of night riding, it doesn't really matter.
It's bright. It's noticeable.
It's really bright. Yeah. So moving on to the controller. The controller is it's just a little plastic controller here. The quality isn't great as far as comparing it to other board companies. Like this one, there's no screen, and of course the reverse button is kind of annoying because it is just a button. So like sometimes when I turn it on, it's on reverse. Because I turn off the light, like turning it on.
I watched this man jump off the board like 3 nights in a row. It's hilarious.
Because I'm like, I'm a full sender right now, right? And then it's on backwards. And you can't tell because there's no indicator of whether it's going forward or backwards.
If you're a troll, you'll love this.
Yeah, so that is kind of annoying. There are 3 speed modes. They're slow, and if you put it in the middle, it's medium, and if you go all the way down, it's on high. You do have a regular switch here, where your thumb rests. You can, obviously you push up to go accelerate, and you press back to brake. Alright, and on the bottom you have a micro USB to charge the controller. It takes around 30 minutes to fully charge it. And yeah, it has this little hole. It feels great. You put your index finger through it. I just wish it did have a screen. That's actually really nice, you know?
I love having a little screen there. It'll show your speed, remote battery, everything.
Exactly. Okay, so moving on to the motor. It uses dual 350 watt motors, hub motors actually in the back.
So 700 watts of power just all together.
Yes, and that doesn't sound like a lot.
But going uphill, you'll notice it. So in comparison to like other boards, this one shreds it uphill. It books it.
It books it really, really well.
But if you're fully capped out, if you're maxed out in your acceleration going uphill, it will burn the battery faster. So that's up to you whether you wanna go through that.
But that's with any board, you know. So yeah, the top speed on this is 25 miles per hour, around 25, 26. And that is pretty fast, you know? But compared to other boards that go like 28, 30, a little bit over 30, I was riding another board, and then, you know, Lucas was riding this, and he was falling a little behind with top speed, which kind of sucks. Yeah. But the acceleration is really good.
Yeah.
The acceleration is fast.
And on flats, I feel like going 25 is like a perfect speed before it starts to get like a little uncomfortable.
Exactly.
So I kind of like that it sticks it around the 25 mile per hour mark on flat ground.
Exactly. And also going high speeds, the board feels really stable because there's minimal flex in the board. It is kind of curving up, kind of like a camber curve in the board, and also the bushings and the trucks are really smooth. You know,
it's so smooth.
At first when I got it, it was really loose, so I had to tighten it a little bit. But once I did, carving is really nice on it, and it also feels really stable while going fast.
I hit one of those little sewage things, one of those little dips, and I stayed on it. Like I barely felt it.
Exactly.
It was nice.
Great. Yeah. So moving on to the ESC, I believe Jason told us that he uses his own type of ESC, and ESC is basically like it controls how smooth the acceleration and braking is on the board.
Basically, it's how the remote talks to the board.
Yeah, exactly. And the ESC is obviously in here. It's like it has a
motherboard.
Exactly, and like a chip in it. The brake is super sensitive. You know, you kind of push it down.
Yeah, really ease into that.
Yeah. Obviously, once you get used to the controller, you know, you'll become one with the controller.
You get used to it real quick.
Yeah. But you know, when you're first starting, you kind of be careful with the brakes. But the brakes are very strong. You know, you stop pretty fast. The acceleration is a little bit on the opposite end. So if you press it a little bit, and actually a lot up, it goes obviously, but it doesn't go like. Yeah.
It's got a nice curve to it. So the way that it accelerates is smooth all the way through. So it's not going to be like a jumpy pro mode like for the Meepo or anything like that.
That is true.
I like it.
But to go to not even go full speed, but to go like 75% acceleration, you pull it up all the way, and then you kind of go down just a little bit. You know, if you want to go full speed, you push it up all the way. Yeah. So it's a little less sensitive than the brake. You know, so it just wanted to put that out there. But it feels great. The acceleration is strong, and the brakes are reliable. All right, the durability on this board seems to be great.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a super durable board built by capable hands. I mean it's just really solid all around the board.
Yeah. The weight on this board is 18 pounds, and that's actually on the heavier side of things.
It's a thick boy.
Yeah, exactly, and it's heavy, and also there's no handle on here, so it makes it a little bit harder to carry as well.
Yeah, there's definitely no room for a handle, even though the battery's there.
Exactly.
But carrying it around is just, it's kind of a pain, because you can pick it up by the trucks, you can pick it up at the side, but it sort of tends to get dirty. I mean, when you ride at night, and you go through little puddles or anything like that. So, I mean, if you're a germaphobe, you might have an issue with that. It's not a huge... If it's not like a huge problem, but the handle is definitely nice to have. It makes you miss it a little bit.
Yeah, and it being heavy doesn't help that much either. Yeah. The aesthetics on this board, it looks great. I love the way it looks.
The deck's nice and carvy.
Yeah.
And if you tighten up those trucks, you can definitely shred downhill for sure.
Yeah, one of the smoothest boards that I own, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so shipping time, they do have a warehouse near Los Angeles in the US. So if you are in the US and you order this board, they will have it shipped out within a day or two.
So West Coast, they said around 2 days shipping.
Exactly.
And then East Coast might take a little bit longer than that. But
because like you know some companies are based in China, and it takes like a couple weeks to get it, which kind of sucks.
So I mean I like this sort of like all American sort of feel of this board. I mean
it's like
shut up.
This guy. Okay, so the price of the board, like we said, you get a good price because of the discount code if you guys choose to use it.
Yeah, and you can finance it. So it's, I mean, without the discount code, it's like $44 a month. And I mean, with our discount code, it's probably going to drop down to around 40.
Yeah.
And that's imagine picking up this board for $40. for like your first month.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's really nice that that's available as well in there.
Yes. One thing that I would have liked is to if they include a little bit of a kicktail. Obviously, it is very long, so you don't want to make it longer, but it is hard to turn, especially if you're at a stoplight and you want to turn.
Yeah.
And the trucks are a little tight because going high speed is you don't want speed wobbles. So kicktail would have been a nice touch,
Yeah. So some of the places you might like to ride something like this, I mean, with the deck shape and everything, it's definitely good for carving. It's super smooth, so I mean, it's gonna be good in like sort of a city environment. It's gonna be good on a commute to work, things like that, and over the cracks in the cement. It's gonna do that with a breeze. Go for night riding as well.
Yeah, because of the lights. Yeah, basically good everywhere.
It's gonna be good everywhere, but it definitely excels in like city environments. Yeah,
and the city, because the sidewalks, the little cracks, is very smooth over those as well.
It's super smooth.
The 18-mile range is great. We got a little bit below that because we like to go top speed. We like to go fast. We got around
fast up hills.
Yeah, exactly. We got around 16.5 to 17 miles on a full charge, which is also really great because
you don't have to worry as much when you're like booking it up hills.
Exactly,
you can do that still.
Yeah, and you're really not gonna get a board with that type of range for this price. You're probably gonna have to pay around $700-800, I believe, because boards you can upgrade the range if you would like, but the price goes up. So but anyways, we would 100% recommend this.
Yeah, definitely. And that about wraps it up. Discount code Soul Brothers, get that 15% off. But anyways, that wraps it up, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.